There's a big difference between American Canadian medicine and the medicine that you can find in Japan. Do you know what they are? Check out this video if you want to know the answer. Hey everyone, welcome back to another kind of episode. We are the hosts. My name is MJ.
My name is Adam.
And we welcome you back to another round to improve your English by immersing yourself into our English conversation. Today, everyone, we're going to be talking about the differences between North American and Japanese medicine. Now, you might think, medicine, MJ? That's boring. This doesn't sound fun. Well, let me tell you all that it is a very, very different thing. So first, we're going to start off this conversation by talking about the things that have surprised us when we came to Japan.
Okay.
So Adam, I'll let you kick it off.
I have two separate situations, I guess, living in Japan and receiving medicine. And the thing that about me in general is I did not go to the doctor while I was in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Even still in Canada, I'd like rarely go to the doctor. I think that's what kind of happened when I moved to Japan. Like going to the doctor was not a thing I did regularly when I had a cold or when I had the flu or basically those two things. So, I normally went to the pharmacy to find over-the-counter medicine.
Oh, okay.
There's only one time that I actually received medicine from the doctor that I can remember. So I'll go through both ways that I received medicine. The first one was receiving the compo. This is from the pharmacy.
Oh, yeah.
And I talked to the pharmacist. I have allergies, seasonal allergies. That's allergy for those who don't know what allergies are. Allergy. Kafunsho. I have hay fever.
A pollen allergy.
Allergy. I'm allergic to cats. But it was pollen season, and I wanted to get rid of my runny nose and my itchy throat and my burning eyes, that sensation.
Yeah.
So I went to the pharmacy and I was like, I have allergies. And they were like, oh, well, you want the kind of strong one? This one is like, it's like level 1. I was like, level 1?
Whoa.
And this one is level 2. I can't remember the exact Daiichi something.
Or the name of it. Okay, yeah.
It's like a class they have. That's what surprised me too as well. There's a classification on the medicine over the counter at the pharmacy.
Okay.
I think Daiichi, you need like a prescription.
Yep.
And Daini is just regular. But they had this one that was kind of Daiichi, but it was over the counter. So I said, yeah, I'll have this one. It was Compo, everybody. I've never tried Compo, this powdered medicine, in my life.
Did not even know it existed.
I did. I saw people using it in the office, and I always wondered what they were doing. But I didn't know, one, how this powder was going to help me. And two, I didn't know how to use it. They didn't really explain it to me. They just said, oh, this is compo. You just swallow it 3 times a day. So I was like, okay. But it's really strong. So, you're going to feel a little tired.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, I get the powder. I open the package. Let me try. Bottoms up. I put it in my mouth. So dry.
It's just straight powder.
It's just powder. Like the driest, most bitter powder that I've ever had in my life. I just put it in my mouth. And I just remember holding it in my mouth and all of the saliva in my mouth just getting absorbed by this powder.
No.
And I coughed and laughed. And I just saw the powder just shoot out of my mouth.
A cloud
of just compo. It went poof like a cloud of smoke. I started laughing and it wasn't good. But then I drank water the second time I had it, filled my mouth with water, and then put the compo inside, and that helped.
Who was able to, swallow it. Yeah, okay.
The thing I noticed about the compo is that only after the third time in that day that I had it was when I started feeling the effects of the medication. It wasn't like a fast action kind of thing. It took a while. The second time I had medicine in Japan was after I had my knee surgery. And after the surgery, I was going home. It was like a couple days after. So I still had stitches in my leg, a little bit of pain, but nothing serious. Like it was manageable, but the doctor said, like, if you feel more pain, just use these pills, right? And I looked at him
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
oh, these are interesting. They're like
Mm.
kind of big. In sealed, he said, keep them in the fridge. I was like, keep them in the fridge. Why?
The eggs? Yeah.
Little tiny, like looks like little eggs. Yeah. I can't remember exactly what he said, but the way he explained it to me was I don't swallow them. I put them inside from the bottom. They
Oh,
were
oh, gotcha.
suppositories.
Yes.
And in my mind, I was like, no. I don't care how much pain I'm in. I'm not gonna do that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so he gave me suppositories, which was a first for me
Yep.
ever in
Yep.
my life. I know what a suppository is. Usually it's something to help you go poo, right? It's like usually. But this time it was a painkiller,
Medicine.
a medicine. So that was kind of like a weird situation for me.
Off-putting about like, ooh,
Off-putting, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, like, my knee's kind of hurting, but not
Yeah.
that much. If it gets to the point where I need to do it, I'll do it, but it was like giddy giddy, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll bear the pain until it's over. And like maybe like 2-3 days after the surgery, I was in a little bit of pain, but then after that it was better. Yeah, those are my experiences.
For
Yeah.
me, I look at it as the fact that when I was living in the US, I was a kid, I was a young adult,
Mhm.
I was healthy,
Yeah.
so I found myself not really going to the doctor like you mentioned too.
Right, right.
In America, going to see the doctor can be really expensive depending on your healthcare plan and everything.
Right.
So I think for the most part, many people in the US decide not to go to the doctor.
Right.
And I was, on that side of the fence. So when I came to Japan, I was very, like getting sick and I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll
Tough it
battle my
out.
way
Yeah.
through this. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then somebody from my office, I think, was like, hey, MJ, you should go see a doctor every once in a while. They told me then that, you have health insurance here and that it's really good and it covers like a lot. So
Yeah.
why not go? And I was like, oh, okay, I did not know that.
Right.
So then I went to the doctors and figured out what GBK is and all this crazy stuff. But then I got the medicine.
Mhm.
And then I understood why these people in the office after lunch were putting little packs of powder in their mouth, like you were saying. I was like, what is that? Like some candy? Some No, MJ, it was not. It was medicine. In this case, I didn't have compo,
Uh-huh.
but I had just normal medicine that was in powdered form. Now, this
Oh.
everyone was such a big like, what is this? The level of quality seems low
Yes.
because in North America, we have all medicines in pill form, pretty
Right, right,
much.
right.
And to see it as a powder, I feel like, isn't it messy? It seems like, isn't it kind of not so effective?
Mm,
There was not many like positive things that could come from it being a powder.
right.
It seems like it's sugar. What is this, flour? It doesn't look like it's gonna help me. It doesn't look like medicine. I guess that's the biggest thing. It
Right,
does
yeah.
not look like medicine. In my
That's
mind, medicine is a pill. Or maybe a syrup. A common cough
syrup.
medicine
Yeah.
is in a syrup form, which you actually can find in Japan, but it's more on the rare side, at least from my experience. I did have a little bit of a difficult time taking it like you did. I don't remember a
Puffing a
great,
cloud
like,
of smoke.
yeah, kind of
A
eruption
plume.
story. I do remember kind of thinking that it was difficult to take. I had to drink a lot of water for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I felt like, it's not too good. I made the bad mistake of putting it in water first to try to mix it. And it was like, nope, it's just going to hang out at the top. It's
Yeah.
not going to dilute into
Didn't
the water.
mix.
It's not going to melt into the water. So don't do that, everyone. But these are the things that us North Americans do when we first come in contact with this powdered medicine because it is not what we normally have.
Right.
And then after that, gotten used to it. I feel like there's no problem with it. Give it to my kids and stuff. And instead of a syrup that we would commonly give to children in North America,
Mm.
it's very easy, but it also tastes disgusting from my recollection, from what I remember as a kid. Yeah, everything is so different. This simple thing that we all know, we all take, that is so common in different countries and different cultures can be completely different where it takes you for a spin and you're like, I have to learn this whole new way of living. And I feel like that's like such a big difference within medicine in Japan and
Oh
North
yeah.
America. And there's another one that's really big, everyone, and that's the potency, how strong the medicine is. In
Right.
North America, many people say that over-the-counter drugs are stronger than Japanese over-the-counter drugs. Now, over-the-counter, what does that mean, Adam?
It means you don't need a prescription from the doctor. You don't need something from the doctor saying, here is your medicine. Please go to the pharmacy and exchange this for your medicine. You can
Mhm.
just go to the shelf. It's over the counter. That's it.
Exactly. These times they're more expensive as well. So I think this
Yeah.
is why in Japan and probably everywhere they, if you go to a doctor, you get a prescription, the price is a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But how strong it is a big difference. I remember stories of friends in Japan who are from America and they knew about the medicine and they knew that
Mm,
maybe it's difficult to go, maybe their Japanese wasn't good, so they
yeah.
couldn't really communicate. It's a little iffy, you get all this information about what the medicine is, but it's all in kanji, it's all in Japanese and stuff. So
Right. Right.
if you can't read it or you don't have somebody to help you, it's scary, right?
That's
So
right.
I had this I remember this because a lot of my American friends would buy American medicine in the US and then bring it back to Japan. And they just have like bottles of Dayquil, which is a common cold medicine in the US. Dayquil, NyQuil, this syrup medicine for your cold. And whenever they felt like they had a cold, they would just take that medicine.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was it. And they felt like it's strong, it's good, it's
Does the
better,
job. Yeah.
does the job, so it makes them get better instead of going through all the loops and learning about this way of taking medicine in Japan.
I think I felt the same way as well. And speaking on the string, in Japan, there are stronger medicines, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not for the public. Like, you need the doctor's recommendation. Where in North
Right.
America, even over the counter, some of the over the counter medicines are strong too. Stronger than, like, there's a weak version and then there's a strong version.
Mm,
And then there's an even stronger version that's behind the counter. They have some medications that are locked in like a safe
yeah.
because they don't want anybody in going into that safe because they are
Mhm.
so strong. That is, I guess, one of the problems in America and North
Mhm.
America, that
Oh.
people have been given strong prescriptions for strong medicines and they've gotten like addictions to those medicines.
Oh, okay.
This is going in another rabbit hole, but
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
maybe that's what Japan is trying not to happen, giving
Mhm.
people super strong medications. They build up a
Tolerance.
tolerance to that medicine, whereas
Yep.
North America, when we come to Japan, it's like, "Psh, what's this? Apple
Candy? Yeah.
juice? Yeah,
Right.
candy."
Very interesting.
So I think that's
Yeah.
something that maybe it's not a good thing that it's too strong.
Yeah. As well as that it's compo. This is something that we do
Yeah,
not have in North America.
that is
It's,
true.
translated, many people say Chinese kind of herbal
Medicine, yeah,
medicine.
yeah,
So in the US, it's not close to China. So
yeah,
we don't have this kind of crossover of
right.
medicines. And I think it's kind of a good thing. I do actually like it. I don't choose it all the time, but I
Yeah,
feel like it is good because it takes you away from, like we're talking about right now, building a tolerance, getting used to this kind of medicine to
right.
help them get better. And actually, does it really help you get better? Or does it just, is it a band-aid instead of having your
Mm,
body get better by
by
itself?
itself, yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of interesting and maybe a good thing to have compo, a different option for it. But hey, you let us know down in the comments, everyone, what you think about this medicine topic. Have you ever gone to America and had this situation where you're like, where's the powder? Let us know. And
A
hey,
pill?
like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this one. And hey, again, if anyone wants to work on their English a little more, challenge themselves to speak, I do online lessons. So check out the website and get some information on that. Chat with me
Yep, so that's it. We'll see you
on the
on the
next
next step.